Hey there, what is up, NYKF31 here. Literally have nothing left to do in Madden at this point.
Welcome to franchise
Um,
mode. The best way to play
Need
through the
something to
game
do.
with your favorite team.
I've been playing FIFA a lot. I've been playing my MLB The Show franchise, NCAA, of course, but I haven't really been playing Madden 17 much at all. I haven't played the
Select the team
game
you want to join.
really
Don't
since
worry, you'll be able to choose
season
them.
4
Start your season with
of, not
recommended
season
settings.
4,
If
but
you wish to change
the
roles
season
or
before
adjust
that of the
options,
salary
use the
cap
titles
ranked
on the right.
leaderboards, and I'm just here just for kicks and giggles, just doing a fantasy draft offline. CFM, I'm making my coach here, drafting a team, and gotta do something. Gotta kill some time with my NFL itch for the next 3.5 weeks or so. So, anyhow, like I said, I've been spending my time playing mostly FIFA, and when I was playing it, well, first of all, I'm a FIFA noob. I've been diving into it pretty heavily over the past 2.5, 3 months or so, and gradually getting better, but I'm just not very good at the game. I find the game very difficult. So, what I did was, this was about a week ago, I went on the FIFA forums, just getting a lay of the land, figuring out how guys play the game, tactics and controls, and mastering skill moves and shooting and defense and in-game adjustments, and how the CPU plays, how to combat how the CPU plays, FIFA Ultimate Team forums, everything. So I like looking at how other sports gaming communities interact, and it was just a zoo. It was just like the Madden forums or the 2K forums. Constant bitching, constant complaining, over and over and over again. Guys, and FIFA is worse because FIFA's global, so
Your
you got
season
guys from all over the
starts
damn planet
now.
just going off. And also, I started to follow the FIFA Ultimate Team tournament towards the end, and I was watching those tournaments and really enjoyed it. I thought that
The
it
Jets are
displayed
now on the
that
clock.
as far as head-to-head online competitive sports gaming is concerned, in my opinion, FIFA is the leader right now. But I learned with interacting with the FIFA community as well that that game, head to head is filled with little tricks and exploits that people use to, try to work out the AI and basically establishing a meta of how the game played. And that's what I noticed about all these sports games now. It's all about uncovering how the game allows you to play and being, efficient in what the game allows you to do. Sometimes at the expense of what is actually, sensible based off of the sport that you're trying to play. Like with FIFA, for example, I gradually discovered that FIFA is a ball possession, driven pass, driven through ball type of game. It's not a game where it's easy to be creative in space with a whole lot of skill move dribbling. I was getting really frustrated 'cause I was trying to play like Real Madrid. I was trying to play a real quick pressing counter attack, I get up and down the field type of game. The game forces you to play like Barcelona, quick passes, dominant possession, and build up. There are gameplay flaws in that game that make it harder to do anything except that. And Madden head to head this year, we saw the same thing. All you had to do basically to be a competent defensive player was master nickel blitz 2, DB fire press 2, and away you go. We saw a lot of, one hit wonders this year because the way that once people figured out that the
The
game
Jets are now
has
on the clock.
massive problems picking up edge heat to the point where you were forced to use only a small handful of formations that could block it, you had a game that was very restrictive as far as how you were allowed to function. We see the same thing in NBA 2K with the game's AI. If you've watched Apex's video, poor Apex. NBA 2K has driven Apex insane this year. You see that the AI restricts the user's ability to freely do what he wants to do on the court. And this year you have MLB The Show's community going crazy. You have MLB The Show's community going nuts
The
because
Jets are now on the
you
clock.
have all kinds of gameplay hiccups where outs aren't being registered, where you're able to jack 400-foot opposite field home runs off of pitches cutting into your hands. I mean, I've seen some crazy, crazy things out of MLB 17 this year. I've pretty much stuck with MLB 16. I've been perfectly happy and content with that, and I'm glad I made that choice. So we're stuck in this era right now of these dumbed down sports games, which either restrict the user or gives users a whole bunch of assists
Are now on the
that
clock.
allow them to be better than perhaps they really are if they didn't have those assists helping them along. And to go along with that, it seems like every sports gaming community is also serially negative to a near toxic degree. After visiting the FIFA forums at a Kicks and Giggles or for Kicks and Giggles, on over to the PES forums. I haven't played PES since PES 2015, and sure enough, they're all bitching and whining over there too. Nothing seems to make anyone anything remotely resembling content anymore. You know, satisfied is the wrong word because I don't think anyone is completely satisfied with every game they play. If you're playing a game, you're playing it, I would assume, because it's providing you with more enjoyment than it is frustration. If you're willfully playing a game that you don't like, that's frustrating you more than is providing you enjoyment, I really don't know what to say to you. You can always turn the game off. You can always do something else with your time. But yeah, even if you do like the game, there are things that you want to do better. I think everyone can agree on that. You can love playing a game, and I'm sure you've played games out there that you really enjoyed, but there are things about it that make you say, I wish this was better, or I wish I had this, I wish I had that. Something. But it also gets to a point where it's just
Jets are now on
overkill
the
and
clock.
ridiculous. Like, for example, NBA 2K, they dropped an amazing My GM and franchise mode blog. Amazing. For an offline franchise mode, I don't really see what you could complain about as far as what's missing, as far as that's concerned. Then I read the comments on Facebook, on their Facebook page, and at least half the comments are negative. Half the comments is complaining about something. If there isn't something in that blog that could make you happy, you're someone who just can't be pleased. You either can't be pleased, or you just like hearing yourself complain or reading yourself complain. Clint Oldenburg put up a really well written blocking mechanics blog for Madden 18, and you've got people in the comment section complaining about cleats. I mean, come on, that's just silly. You have people arguing about who's rated in the top five when the difference in overall between number five and number eight is 2 points. I mean, use your head for a second. When you're talking about people who are in the top 10 in their given position, you're talking
The
about
Jets
guys
are
who
now
on
on the
any
clock.
given year can make first or second team all pro. Depending on what kind of year they had, depending on who gets injured, this, that, and the other. The talent difference between people in at that level of the sport, it's not very great. It's more often than not intangibles and what their team is asking them to do within the system that they play in. People bitching about the wide receivers when this is a league where a guy like Jarvis Landry can catch 100 balls, and a guy like Terrell Pryor, who's been playing quarterback all his life, can rig up 1,000 yards receiving his first year playing the position, and he's got Cody Kessler throwing him the damn ball. You even have people arguing over the lighting in still screenshots. How did we get here? How did we get to this point?
The Jets
Now, some
are
of
now
you are
on the clock.
saying this is only happening because we're not seeing any gameplay. When you absolutely know that when gameplay comes out, you're going to have those people who are going to say, what? The game looks the same as last year. You know that's going to happen. So, so that's not going to pacify anyone either. So, here we are. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on stuff, how we've gotten to this point, both as far as where the games are and this trend towards pleasing, well, not really pleasing, but making as many people feel like they're able to compete as possible, and also this perpetual negativity that we have. And I'm just going to let the game run. I'm going to show the final roster and also going to show the week one game without any
The
commentary from
Jets are now
myself,
on
just
the
the
clock.
in-game presentation. Drafted a pretty solid squad, I think. Drafted to run a run and shoot and Seahawks style defense. So I'm going to let that run for your amusement as I will, scroll around the roster here and let to hear you guys' thoughts. Later. Peace.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Bengals going up against the Jets. With that, we'll get up to the Meadowlands as we introduce our new Madden broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Guys, to use a Broadway term, break a leg.
All right, Larry, we'll see what we can do as we are indeed ready for football here at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, the opener of the 2016 NFL season between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. And we've got a pair of teams that won double-digit games a year ago, but the difference, the Bengals at 12-4, they made the playoffs. The Jets, 10 wins, but they were left out.
And that's unusual because in the NFL, everyone aims for 10 wins. They feel like that safely gets them into the playoffs. Not that time for the Jets. They think they can take that next step now. Flip it over to Cincinnati, though. They've been so consistent. Their goal, though, get to the playoffs now and win.
Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
A run, it's Murray. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what.
They go with Murray again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. This opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Let's go. Way 90.
Here's Bridgewater. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a man looking to improve in his sophomore season. It's the former #2 pick out of Oregon, Marcus Mariota.
He has a great makeup as a quarterback in this league. The size, the frame, excellent wheels, one of the faster quarterbacks in the NFL. But his poise and his calmness, that's what I end up focusing in on. This guy has a great, great future ahead of him in the NFL.
Here's the AFC's leading rusher a year ago, Chris Ivory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And the Bengals starting defensive unit now.
Brent Grimes is one of those cornerbacks who was overlooked coming out of college and plays each and every game with a chip on his shoulder.
Oh. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. He finds his target, Fuller. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to...
On 1st down, this is Ivory. Chris Ivory loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 3rd down, Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys are always taught, find the 1st down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the 1st down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So the opening drive for them here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first.
24-yard line. So here are the Bengals now under 14th-year head coach Marvin Lewis. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
His stature isn't huge. He's not one of the big, strong-arm guys that you see coming into the league. But his touch, decision-making, ability to make plays, that's why Teddy Bridgewater has a chance to be a top quarterback in the league.
They go play action here on first down. Deep drop. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be a second down. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets a tone for the offense.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. And the defense for New York.
Aaron Donald's dimensions were talked about big time when he first entered the league. Many called him undersized. Now they just call him all-pro.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Second down, Mariota. He's got Fuller. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Trying to lay one up deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. T.Y. Hilton, 54 yards. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Again, it's Murray. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to...
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Finding time. It's complete to Fuller. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
Mariota now on second down. And he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
They need points.
Big time.
First down, Bridgewater. Completes it right side to Britt. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up and making sure it was a catch.
On first down, Murray. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
In terms of coverage, meaning they either bail out or they give them a lot of space to throw the underneath stuff, so they decide they take advantage of it and worked on it hard in practice this week.
It goes as a gain of 9 and it moved.
Tough. That's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Linebacker spot. And you're seeing this play develop. He heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have...
They'll throw again, Bridgewater. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Michael Crabtree from 3 yards out. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it. Well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. And they're going to speed things up here. Now a second down throw for Mariota. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. T.Y. Hilton. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is.
4 with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They go play action here on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point, because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Some runs are aim, and with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Mariota to throw it. Caught left side by Hilton.
Pass interference. Offense.
Look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. On play action, Mariota. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play that time by the Jets. 30 yards.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been...
They'll run the option left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They give it to Ivory. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Chris Ivory taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming up?
The pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Bridgewater. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very...
And again, it's Bridgewater. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A huge play there.
A screen pass, lofted over them, and now they're in front, and they get downfield for big yardage when they do it right.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And Lambeau will put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Third and short yardage, Mariota. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off. Field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for him.
He has Britt over the middle. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there, a 20.
Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
3rd and short yardage, Bridgewater. Royal making the catch over the middle. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup, but they...
They'll run it now out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Bridgewater now. That is caught. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end. A second down throw for Bridgewater. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking to get it to Kenny Britt that time, and it's third and short.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
On third and one, and this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And they put it in the end zone, which was job one. Now they have to convert, and then it's decision time, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is what all teams go through. You look at the clock, you're inside 2 minutes, look at your timeouts, make that onside kick decision.
Yeah, how do you feel about your defense, where you are in terms of the scoreboard, and the time left on the clock, as you noted, so many things to go through.
Oh, this will be an onside kick. And the Jets have got it. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts. Mistake. A field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just they're back on the field. Little surprise here on third and one. They run with their short yardage man, Ivory. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Regroup and get set as we resume action. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that'll push the lead up to 8. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Jets, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.